Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This photo here is of Vincent Anthony Tony Lowe. He is up on trial. Let me tell you where, in the Supreme Court, number 4. And he is being accused of indecently assaulting a female church member 5 times over a 2-year period. And it seems as though he was giving her singing lessons at his house, sometimes in his bedroom, because he said it was convenient to do the lessons in his bedroom. And it seems as though when it happened, she didn't talk, but then she was at the bus stop with a friend and she saw Lowe approaching. And she ran from the bus stop, and the friend that she was with asked her, why did you run away? And she said that Lowe, Vincent Anthony Tony Lowe, Anthony, okay, Vincent Anthony Tony Lowe, that's how they have it, Anthony and Tony Lowe, was the one troubling her, and she was scared and she ran away. And she advised the friend to tell someone, say something to someone, and that's when it was reported to the police. Let me see if they have that name there. Yeah, they have it here. Vincent Anthony Tony Lowe. So the mother and father named him Anthony and Tony. Okay. Yeah, so he's before the court now, and I'm doing this because I think you guys are real. It's like you're not learning. And I know this happened years ago. I think it happened in 2013, and the person he did it to is grown. I'm not saying that she doesn't want justice, but she's grown, okay? And 13 and 13, this was 2013, 10, 23, yeah, 12 years back then. And he's coming to trial now. Even the cop who did the investigations, he couldn't remember, and they had to give him the file so he can recall and refresh his memory. Angela Giddens didn't want him to do it, but the judge allowed him to see the file so he can try to get things back into his head, or read from the file. But getting back to you parents, you're not learning. You're just not learning, because you're thinking that just because he has reverend before his name that he's somebody. You're thinking because he has apostle or prophet before a name, there's somebody. You're thinking that when you know you're not supposed to trust anyone with your children or with yourselves. You're not supposed to be trusting people, and the worst people, in my opinion, the worst people in the world are people who preach gospels. The worst people in the world. They're the biggest liars in the world. They're the biggest deceivers in the world. The people who preach for you to come in and sit in pews, give you you put offering in the offering can, give them a tithe, whatever they're asking for, because they're asking for some, okay? They're asking for something, okay? So they're, to me, in my opinion, they're the worst people in the world, because had they looked at the book that they got from the colonial master, they would see that there's so many questions. It could be a good history book, and you can say that some things, if you use it if you just use it to be better, it can be beneficial. Let's take David killing Goliath, for example. You can say, well, this little person killed a giant. It only shows that even though you may come in a small container, you can do big things. You can be powerful in your own way. So that is an example that you can use, not that it really did happen the way it happened, because when you start to look at things straight on, you're going to have questions, or you should have questions, and you should say, well, didn't Goliath come from a clan? Didn't he have a brother? Did he have a giant sister? Did the group that he came from, did they come out and say, well, what happened to Goliath, and go after David. It just couldn't end there in your mind, not in my mind. It just could not end there, but using it as a story, allegory to say you can come, you could be small, you may be weak, whatever, but you still can have strength in certain areas. Yes, you can use that colonial book to do things like that, but not to believe in a God. It's technology, and someone comes with technology and what you fall on your knees. You should be saying, well, you have that kind of technology, leave some with us. Let's negotiate. Let's negotiate. Leave some with us and get knowledge, get the information. Get information is key, so that you can elevate your way of thinking and elevate yourself, so that there won't be poverty and wars and that kind of stuff. You want to grow, not to bow down and worship. I do not respect people like this. I think that they are the worst people to ever walk the face of the earth. And then for him to do what he is accused of doing, it's normal. You're going to act shocked. You can behave as though you're shocked because a male that came from slavery, that is preaching that colonial garbage, you're going to act shocked because they did something that was not good, that was not decent. You're going to act shocked when they did what comes naturally to them. Males and females are total opposites. You were put together by the church, by governments, by societies, because it's easier to count you if you're all together in one place. It's easier to count you, and it's easier to tax you when you're all together in one place and having kids, having babies, and bringing in demons. It's easier for them to count you. But male and females are polar opposites. The man is only interested in a couple things, few things. Okay, and you know what they are, just a few things. Okay, so you should never act as though you're shocked when someone like him does what he does. You should expect it. And to act shocked means that you're actually telling people that you're stupid. You're a stupid person to be actually. I could imagine you being young and innocent, and you may not know that a human could be so vicious and so untrusting when you're young. But as a mother, as a father, leaving your child with a slave product, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And they're saying that he admitted what he did because he wanted it to go away. I don't know how he wanted it to go away, and now it's before the court. I don't understand how those negotiations broke down, but he admitted it, and there was some sort of agreement with him and the mother that if he admitted it, it would go away, but it has not gone away. It has not gone away. Vincent Anthony Tony Lowe, who has the reverend name in front of it, from the time they do that's a signal, it's a sign. You know what they're all about when they give themselves those titles. You know what it's all about. It's a total lie, total deception, total rip-off. They want your money. They want you to hand over your power to them. And if you give your power to anyone, you've changed that person. They don't know what to do with it. They can hardly handle the power they have, and then you're giving your power over to them. They don't even know how to act. They don't know how to break you. They're going to break you with what you give them. They're looking at you now because you're weaker. You give away your power, and they're figuring out, well, how can I barely keep this person alive and make sure that they feed me? They give me their money. They come in and clean my toilets. I get a big car. I get many cars. I get a house. I get many houses. They're just trying to figure out how to barely keep you alive, like living dead. Barely keep you alive so you can satisfy their wants. Okay, that's how I see it. That's how I see it. So yeah, the trial is continuing in the Supreme Court number 4. The jury of 7 women, 2 males. it continues on Thursday, and the state council is Olivia Davis, and she's in association with state councils Paul Prescott and Maya Kelman, okay? And he is being represented by Angela Mitchell Giddens. And that's it for this one. That's it for this one. Do not trust anyone. Do not trust anyone. If you live in the New World, you know what the New World is, right? If you live in any area that was colonized, okay, you need to understand your DNA. You need to understand your DNA, and the male population, whether colonized or not, they're different from females. Okay, and if you are colonized, it's even worse. You have a different type of species that you have to deal with, and it's not going to work out well. You cannot leave young children with such people. You cannot. You have to keep an eye on everything, okay? This is Sherry Veronica, and this is the guy that has been accused of violation. He was accused. Cannot believe anyone in their right mind. Look at, I cannot believe anyone in their right mind will go and sit and be entertained by Lowe. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.